back, everybody. Impromptu stream. We are going to be opening a couple toys. These are, get them on screen there. These are Blokees, which are, I've shown them off a little bit on other streams. They are model kits for Transformers, and I should have put the ones that I already opened here so I could demonstrate, but we'll put them together, or see if we can put them together. We do, in fact, need some tools for this. The only reason we need the snips is because there are parts that are on sprues, but that's basically it. They're pretty quick to put together. I really like them. They're pretty articulate, and I've been pretty impressed. I ended up quite clearly getting a whole box here. My daughter opened for me the super rare Soundwave. So they are blind bag, I guess. I mean, they're boxes. Oh, it's here on the front. We'll get this so you can see it here. If you can tell, if I can get it in screen, it's probably not going to come in focus, but there are probabilities for which things you're going to get. So you are more likely, for example, to get one of the Constructicons versus a Soundwave or the super rare Soundwave. Now, the Constructicons and Dino Mode Slag, which is actually... Oh, no, he is listed as Slog. He is listed as Slog. Although his name was Slug for a while, so I guess now it's Slog. Obviously, I grew up with the original name. He's actually just as likely as getting the Constructicons. So it's interesting that only Soundwave is the more unlikely one. But we'll see what we get, given that, as I said, we already got one of the super rares, and we already have a Constructicon and a bot mode slog, whatever. I have not figured out a good way to open these boxes without demolishing them. So what comes in the box, as you can see here, there are two blind baggies, they're parts, and then you get your singular instruction sheet. Now this instruction sheet works for all of them, basically, because the bodies are mostly the same, as you can see here. It does illustrate Soundwave, but it'll have a couple extra parts up here, extra sets of instructions for how to construct specific, well, obviously, you know, the alt mode Dinobot would have something different. But as you can see, it's like putting the head together is mostly the unique pieces. We have Scavenger here with the arm, the shovel. And that's about it. There's really not much, like, they're all the same, which could be something that people get upset about. I could understand that. But I kind of like it because I've talked about it before. I like non-transforming Transformers, or at least the premise of it, because to me, the character is the robot mode. Yes, the alt modes are important. They are Transformers. But as I said, the character is the robot mode, so that's the mode I want to look the best and be the most posable. So let's see what we get. This is the sprue pieces, the smaller one. So let's see who we get. Whoop. We're going to like Red Alert, maybe? Sideswipe. Is Red Alert in this? I saw the red and immediately said Red Alert. Red Alert is in this wave, but we got Sideswipe out of this. Let's build the old Sideswipe. So the first thing we want to do is I want to double check which pieces are required for the head. So we have the front and the back of the head. You have the eyes, which is this blue piece here, and then the gray face. So we'll get that. Here's the head. There are a couple pieces you got to be careful when these open up, because there are clear, like this little joint here. You got to be careful with that. Don't want to lose that. You do need them. They do give you, I think, a spare in all of these, which I'm not clear what it's for. We got the front, the back, the eyes, and then where's the face? I got stuck under here. So you may not be able to see the face very well. I don't even know if I could hold it in a way that you could see it. But there's the face. I turned off the autofocus on this because otherwise it keeps trying to refocus every time I move. So, but it's very simple. We're going to take the eyes here. We're going to slot them through because there's a, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little hole there. I'm just going to slot them in. We're going to fling it and hopefully not lose any pieces. And then we just position this like so. And squeeze. Gently. Very gently. Gentle squeezes. They will mostly snap into place, like you'll hear an audible snap in a lot of them. This one, we didn't have it, but as you can see, there we go. He's got his blue eyes, although you can't really see it. I'll try and do pictures later. I've been taking pictures with the other ones, trying to get some fight scenes set up. But now we're building the normal body. So you get 2 pieces for the legs. They go together like so. So you have, your calf and your shin. So there we got our legs. You got the crotch, which is real easy. Here's the crotch piece, and then there are 2 pieces for, well, the front of the crotch and the butt. Flip that over. As you can see, like, the only difference is that the little gray piece, and it doesn't matter which side you put them in because this is all symmetrical. At least the internal of the crotch. Then, let's see, we got, I believe these are the thighs. Yeah, because here are the biceps versus the thighs. So you can see they're very similar in size, but once you've done 1 or 2 of these, we got some feetsies. So we can put those clear pegs that I was showing before. Those fit in a few different places, notably the neck, and then for the joints for the ankles. And we can get one of the feetsies. And we got them on there. Now, the only thing that I dislike on some of these, well, maybe not the only thing, but if you can see it there, there's like a notable gap right there where there's not much you can do. You can squeeze it down or squeeze it in to a degree, but there's always going to be something. So it's only noticeable if you're looking for it, really. So we'll just get the other leg squared away. These can be kind of annoying and a little painful to push into place. So you just got to be a little careful with that. I mean, there's nothing sharp about it. It's just because it kind of digs into your thumb. There we go. I don't know if you heard that pop since I was yapping. All right, so we got the legs, we got the crotch, we got the head. Let's see, we got some arms here. We do have shoulders, which are here. We can squeeze this piece into here. This is the neck. This is the internal torso, and then it just has a copyright indicator, I guess, on here for Transformers. It does have the faction symbols on it, so the Decepticons will have a Decepticon symbol. So let's see here. We got the old instructions out here again. So we've done most of this already and quite clearly out of order. The chest piece, some of them can be kind of annoying. We'll come back to what was annoying about Soundwave maybe. But most of the pieces are just going to fit in. Like, you don't even really need it, which is comforting. Like, I do like that. Just to double check. Oh, so we do have some unique armor for Sideswipe here. Specifically these pieces that are going to go onto his arms. All of them, again, because they are interchangeable parts, do have like mostly the same stuff. Like, all of them have this port on their forearm, and that's ultimately where this is going to go. We'll put that on later. So we'll do this. These are going to go on. Oh, we're going to actually open the second piece. So I'm not really doing this in any particular order. We're just kind of showing stuff off. So they do come with a stand. And then obviously the sprues. They have a bunch of joints. And then they have these bonus, like, little, you're not going to be able to see it, but these have the faction insignias on them. One side Autobot, one side Decepticon. And then, of course, you get a bunch of hands. So we're going to cut the sprues here. Got my snips that are really from, because I've been trying to paint Warhammer and I fell off. I need to get back to painting some Warhammer minis. So we're going to do the shoulders first, just because. I've been debating doing some painting streams. I don't know if people would be interested in that. Just kind of hang out. I'll paint some minis and then talk about whatever. Probably complain about card games. So the instructions do tell you to put on the shoulders first, as in the shoulder, like these pieces, the extra joints. The reason being is you want to fit them and slot them into the back and chest pieces. So I'm trying to like get this straight, and it doesn't want to go. There we go. Because there are notches here, like there are little nubs on. There are little nubs here, and then there are notches inside the back piece. I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually on camera. I might have to move the camera closer to me. But yeah, you can kind of see it here. Hopefully you can see it. You can see the notches on either side where my fingers are. And those slot in with the shoulders. Now I want to make sure, whoop, I'm just putting the chest on the back instead of on the front. And it would look very weird. They also, I didn't point this out earlier, but they do come with this little, I want to call it a card, but it's more like a very thin pog, if anybody remembers those. I'm going to keep them because I like them. I got a bin next to me to keep like the spare hands and stuff in. I wish it was a card because I just like it. I can find storage for cards. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this. I thought they were stickers at first, to be perfectly honest, but they're not. So let's pop some joints here. Or release some joints. So they come in 2 parts. And I mean, I would call them male and female parts. I don't know what they're actually called. So you can kind of see, like, this one's hollow, and then this one has a little, turn it sideways, you can kind of see the little nub, and they just fit together. It's generally pretty obvious when you're looking at it, and I talked about this before, maybe on a different stream, but if I can get this thing lined up, there we go. I'm making it harder than it looks, or making it look harder than it is. So I've done a bunch of the model kits before. I don't have the other ones in range, but like Fury, it's not Fury Toys. Who did this? Flame Toys. I think it was Flame Toys who did it. It's across the room, so I'm kind of like squinting at it. And they are much, much more involved models, and they are much more sizable. My biggest complaint about those is they're very bird-like, for lack of a better way to put it. And by that, I mean they are extremely fragile. And while they do have a wide range of motion, which I like, they are not transforming. So it fits and checks a lot of boxes of things that I like. You have to be very delicate. Like, they definitely feel as though they are model kits, which, I mean, they are. But if you've ever picked up a model train, or well, maybe not a model train, but like model military vehicles, for example, they are super fragile, and you feel like you are going to disintegrate them just by breathing near them. And that's kind of how the other ones feel. These feel a little bit sturdier, probably just due to the compactness of the way the models are, which I'm okay with. I mean, I like both, but the main thing that I like about these over the other ones, which I think some people may take issue with, is the uniformity and the ease of constructing them. It's not like building models is particularly difficult, at least for these Transformers ones. Like, these were not, any of them, the Flame Toys ones or these, they're not complex. They're not difficult to construct. However, there are things that are easier to do and things that are harder to do, and this happens to be one of the more difficult, or the other ones happen to be more difficult than these. And personally, I'd rather just put it together, have a fun toy. I'm not personally getting much out of the model building experience. I did this in the wrong order, so I'm going to take the reason I did it in the wrong order is it just is more difficult to get the elbow in. You can hear the pop there. Like, I don't mind building the models, but I don't care as much. Whereas I do care about having a cool Transformers toy, or a cool toy in general, and therefore I would rather skip the model building part in favor of just, getting the thing together and having a cool toy. So this is the arm. As you can see, we got the joints that we just built. This is what it looks like when it's connected. This is a little detached, and yes, there is a shoulder piece to cover this, so you don't just see like these skinny shoulder joints. But it gives you a lot of range of movement, which is, for me, really cool that you get all of this from something so little. So we'll get the arm on there. So we got that. Now we'll attach them thighs, everybody's favorite. So we got another thigh. And then we got, well, first we got to put the, whoop, I threw his crotch on the floor. So we're going to put the crotch on. Did we get that the right way? We did not. This is the front. This is the back. This is the front. So we want to, we'll connect the legs fully. So thighs obviously have a notch here. And then a peg hole for the, so you can get the knees in there. The robot, in fact, does have knees. There's probably like 3 people on my stream who recognize what that is. And 2 of them I know are not watching right now. So that's connected, and then we're just going to drop it in there. There's no way you're going to be able to see that. And voila, there are the legs attached. So we got no hands. We'll give them 2 open hands to start. Why not? We'll snip these. Give them 2 open hands. Mostly because one of the previous ones I did 2 fists, and one of the other one I did 1 open hand and 1 closed hand. So they all have these splayed hands that I'm going to try and put over here so you can see them. Like that. They have 2 of those, and then they have 2 closed fists, so naturally they can hold, like, the guns. Shoulders are going to go on, because we can. So they also have notches in here. You can see that? That have to line up with the little pegs that are on the shoulders. They pop off extremely easily, and they are gonna go flying across the room while you're trying to pose them. That is one of the bigger issues, is really the shoulders. I don't know that there's anything else they could have done. Gotta fix his joints here. But like, if you try and do this too much, you can already see. Let me push it back on. So this is the way it starts, and then watch the shoulders. See how it just like comes off? So you're going to have to reposition it every time. I haven't found a way to get it to stay yet. We need to... Speaking of which, I got to get this back on here. Like I said, I don't think there's any way to do it. It's fine because you can absolutely reposition it afterwards. It's just... I know I'm going to be trying to take a picture or do a stop motion video or something, and I'm going to put his arm up and it's going to shoot across the room and I'm going to scream. So we'll pop his dome piece on here. He's kind of got a little bit of a giraffe neck thing going on this particular one. Look at that. That's a long neck. There we go. That's a little better. I mean, I was about to say, like, I don't know if I can push it in any farther, but it is actually in. So that's a lot better. So we'll get his armor on. Get his armor onto here. I didn't realize how much of his hand it covers. Are these supposed to go the other way? Maybe they're supposed to go this way. Yeah, that seems more appropriate. As like, if you look at this, how much of his hand it's covering versus this, which I kind of like the more hand covering one. So I may leave it, but we'll swap it to the correct configuration for now. The quote-unquote official, at least based on what they're showing in the the old instructions. And because of the way the joints are, it's very difficult for any of this stuff to break because it will just pop off, like I said, which is good. It can be annoying, as I keep repeating, but it is convenient that you don't just snap something in half instead. We've all done that with toys, and I mean, I have some over there that I have to try and fix. We'll get his shoulders back on there. I think he like this is just on here is like his shoulder mounted thing. Where's the picture? Do we have a good picture of him? There's the box. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any other pieces. I don't know what this red one... Oh, this goes on his back. Okay. Which end is up? I've never looked at Sideswipe this closely. It's not exactly one of my favorites. So we got the back piece. So now he's got his back plate. Now we've got his little missile thing. Like shoulder-mounted cannon, whatever. Maybe we should have put that on before the head because now there's not a lot of room. I'm definitely going to pinch my finger here. Why won't this go on? All right, hold on. Pop the head for a second. How do we... Does it go like this? I guess it's supposed to be square in the center. Maybe not. I mean, it's definitely supposed to go on here. Remember when I said these are easy to construct? Oh, all the pieces, see, the shoulders are just falling off. So where is this? Sideswipe and Red Alert use the same building plan. Please refer. Yeah, so it literally notes it in there. Wait, am I missing a piece? Oh, I'm missing a piece. That's why. I was trying to connect the wrong piece. I didn't damage it. I was missing an itty bitty piece. So for some bizarre reason, this comes in two pieces. You can kind of see it here in the instructions here. See the two pieces there, kind of. And then it becomes the one. Don't ask me why it's two pieces. That's ridiculous. So we'll reattach the head. No giraffe neck. He does have his gun, so I guess I should not have... I should have... Oh, shit. I hope I didn't damage this by trying to stuff this on there. This is going to come off a lot. Yikes. I may glue this because I don't see any reason for it to ever come off after this point. I have no idea why this is in two pieces. Like, why is that even the case? Why is this not just one solid piece? I'm 100% going to glue this. I just noticed he has abs. You can kind of see there. So we'll put the shoulders back on. I actually just watched the episode with Red Alert. I think it was his debut episode with the whatever tank thing Megatron was trying to get, and Red Alert teams up with Starscream because he thinks the Autobots are out to get him or something. Not bad. Not bad. And then, like I said, he does have his gun. Or a gun. But he's not going to get that right now because we got to pop his hands. So I'm going to take all this stuff before they get lost, and they are going to go in the bin. I need to find some glue so that way I don't end up losing the front end of his gun. But like I said, I'm going to try and take some pictures, post this up probably to Discord. I keep thinking I got to create an Instagram account, or maybe I'll do another video with just pictures of these guys. I think that could be fun, but we'll see. However, this is going to be a short one. I just wanted to test some settings on my video, as well as, well, test the settings in OBS, check the audio, all that fun stuff, and, build one of these. I have a whole box, well, not a whole box. I opened 3 of them out of the, I don't know how many are left. How many we got? 1, 2, 3. We got 5 left. We got 5 left. So maybe we'll do that on another stream. But that's going to do it for this time. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And tune in next time for more Random Sloth.